Panda girl, someone suddenly called out, blocking Yin's path. Huh? Yin muttered, confused. The guy had suddenly approached her, acting overly familiar and calling her a panda. Huh? She was not a panda at all. So, you work here? Excuse me, but do you know me? Yin finally asked, starting to feel uneasy due to the stares from some employees who were also in the office lobby. She wasn't sure what had caught their attention. Maybe it was the man in front of her who caused it. Of course, you're Panda Girl, Park Yin. The man answered, reading and spelling out Yin's name from her employee badge. Before Yin could respond, the man had already walked away. Automatically, a frustrated sigh escaped Yin as she decided to continue on her way rather than stress over the strange guy. She didn't know him, so why bother? Panda girl? A man called out again, blocking Yin's path with one hand resting on the wall right in front of her. Who are you? Yin asked angrily. She thought that strange man wouldn't show up at the office again. Clearly, she was very wrong. You don't know who I am? Yin remained silent, not answering. Miss, do you know who I am? The man asked one of the employees who happened to be passing by. Mr. Jeon Jungkook. And who am I? The new CEO of the company. The employee answered cautiously, but also felt strange seeing their big boss acting this way. Good, thank you, Jungkook said, signaling the employee to continue on their way. So, do you know who I am now? Jungkook asked with a mocking look. Yin looked at him in disbelief. Her new boss was this young? Then why do you call me Panda? Yin asked after her initial shock wore off. Because you really do look like a panda, Jungkook answered nonchalantly and walked away. What a strange man. How can he call me a panda? Is it because I look chubbier now? But this is still an ideal weight, even if I'm not as slim as before. Arrogant guy. Yin wanted to shout those words at the man. However, she restrained herself, remembering his position, the position she had just learned about. Does he have a girlfriend? I wonder how beautiful she must be for him to dare mock my body like this. Panda girl? Called out someone Yin knew all too well, not to mention the way he blocked her path. Did he think this was a drama? Why did he always stop her with one hand on the wall right in front of her? And why did she always end up walking near the wall when he called her? Prepare the financial reports from the past 3 months until now and deliver them to me by lunchtime. Jungkook ordered casually and walked away for the third time without waiting for Yin's response. Yin seethed with anger on the spot. Did he think Yin had no other work to do? Do you know Mr. Jungkook? Asked Rose as she approached Yin, whose face was already flushed with anger. Not at all. I also wonder why he's like that. Are you going to follow his order? Asked Rose cautiously as she walked alongside Yin. Yes, unless I want to get fired, right? Yin replied with a sarcastic smile. Rose gently patted Yin's shoulder to encourage her before slowly returning to her desk to continue working. Arrogant guy. Does he think he's so handsome that he can just mock me by calling me a panda? The next day. Panda girl, join me in the meeting today. My secretary is out sick, Jungkook ordered casually, clearly anticipating that Yin would refuse his command. As a result, Yin complied immediately. On reflection, it seemed like Yin was becoming someone who would do any task as long as it was an order from Jungkook. She actually hated that, but no matter what, she wanted to keep her job at this company. Her headache worsened as Yin recalled the threat from her mother a few days ago, who had suddenly mentioned marriage and threatened that if Yin got fired or quit her job, she would be married off immediately if that happened. It was because Yin refused to be set up with the son of her mother's friend. Just imagining it made Yin shudder, let alone if it actually happened. So, Yin followed all the orders from her new boss, whom she despised, with the aim of securing her position at the office. Yin screamed spontaneously after Jungkook left. She was truly furious at that moment. She didn't care at all about the division head watching her with regret. Damn it, so arrogant, that bastard, Yin shouted, unable to hold back her curses at her new CEO. Moments later, Yin squatted down and covered her face with her hands. Rose, Yin's close friend, immediately approached her and hugged her. Yin was already sobbing, trying to hold back her tears. Rose, I don't want to get fired. Yes, calm down, Yin. Rose comforted her while patting her back. Everyone felt very sorry for Yin. For some reason, their new CEO seemed to always pick on Yin. His attitude towards other employees was quite normal and fair. I don't want to get married, Yin cried out again, causing everyone who was still standing there to look at her in confusion. Rose, if I get fired from this company, I'm doomed. Yin is at risk of being fired because she managed to make Jungkook angry today. It turns out that their product, which is set to be released in 2 weeks, has been copied by another company. Unfortunately, Yin is the only employee who has had access to communicate with that company. Ready? Jungkook asked, standing right in front of Yin's desk, flashing a rare smile at the girl. Yes, the CEO had come to the marketing division to announce that a new head of division would be appointed in about a week, as the current head had been officially fired the previous day. Now, Yin was anxious about whether she would be fired as well. Honestly, she hoped not to be. Despite her desire to leave because of her CEO's behavior, she was reminded of her mother's threat to marry her off if she did. It seems like you're happy about me leaving? Her chances of staying seemed slim. She was just waiting for Jungkook to fire her too. That's what she thought. What if you give me a chance? Yin pleaded suddenly, looking extremely frustrated. She didn't care about her pride. Avoiding marriage was more important to her because it meant being trapped for life. Somehow, her mother had already found out that Yin would be fired soon. Marriage was looming, making Yin suspicious that there might be a spy for her mother in the office. A chance for what? Jungkook asked as he walked away from her desk. To keep working here, I'll do anything, Yin said desperately, following Jungkook's every step. Anything? Oh, not anything. I mean, I'll do my best at my job. Not interested, Jungkook replied casually, causing Yin to look at him in horror. Was this karma for frequently arguing with him? Sir, please? Yin pleaded, grabbing his arm. Maybe she was going too far. What's your biggest reason for wanting to stay? Jungkook asked, stopping because of her grip. What's your biggest reason for wanting to fire me? Yin retorted, releasing her hold. I have the right to. Plus, you've always been defiant. Jungkook replied nonchalantly and looking down at Yin, because she was shorter than him. That's because I'm annoyed you always call me a panda, and you make me do things that aren't my job. Tell me your biggest reason and don't change the subject. You're changing the subject too. Who asked first? It's private. My reason for not wanting to be fired is personal. Yin mumbled after a deep sigh. She couldn't possibly tell Jungkook that her mother was threatening her with marriage. If it's a secret, why should I keep someone who won't give a clear reason? Jungkook said, and turning to leave. Sir? She called out, grabbing his arm again. It seemed Yin forgot the etiquette between a boss and an employee. Okay, it's her fault the boss is too young. What? Jungkook asked again, frowning. I'll tell you my biggest reason, Yin finally said, but gesturing for Jungkook to lean in closer. You want to whisper to me? Yes. I said it's a secret. Oh. Jungkook responded briefly, leaning in as Yin had requested. Afterwards, there was a slightly ambiguous scene between a boss and his employee. Don't forget the fact that they are now in the office lobby. Jungkook was actually on his way out for a meeting, but Yin had been following him all the way to the lobby. Other employees who witnessed the scene quickly jumped to the conclusion that the two were in some kind of relationship. After all, their apparent closeness had been arousing suspicion from the start. It wasn't really closeness, though it was more about Jungkook often and openly involving Yin in nearly all of his business matters. And let's not forget the term of endearment Jungkook used for Yin in front of everyone, Panda Girl. So, Yin pulled away, and they resumed their usual standing positions. So, please help me. By pretending to be your boyfriend? Asked Jungkook with a smile, causing Yin to glare sharply. When did I ask for that? To stop an arranged marriage, don't you just need to say you already have a boyfriend? After that, you can find another job. Simple, right? Are you a drama victim? If I end up finding another job, that means I'm leaving this company. So why would I ask for your help? Just get married. What's the problem? Jungkook said with a smile, watching Yin's frustration. Why was her boss so fond of teasing her now? It seems I don't need to explain my reasons. Yin was getting annoyed. Why was her boss so uncooperative? She had even shared her secret with a stranger to keep her job. What's in it for me? It's not my concern at all, he said, making Yin pause. Her boss was right. Why are you so opposed to the arranged marriage? Do you have someone you like? I thought you've been single since birth. It's none of your business. I'm just pleading for your mercy so I won't get fired and won't have to marry. What's in it for me? Jungkook asked in an overly calm tone, contrasting with Yin's increasingly distressed face. What have I done to you? Why are you so eager to fire me? I didn't leak company secrets, clearly. It was the division head who did that. I only argued with you because you often asked me to do things that weren't my job. Your mistake is, he is stepping closer to Yin and narrowing the space between them. Forgetting one thing, continued Jungkook, whispering right things to her. Then he turned and walked away, leaving Yin as he got into the car waiting for him for an outside meeting. What did I forget? Why did he say I forgot to check and find out about someone I should know? Who am I supposed to find out about? Jungkook appeared to be talking to someone on his phone. Any luck? Jungkook? Not yet. Maybe soon. Hopefully it works out quickly. The person sounded impatient and enthusiastic. Jungkook murmured a small chuckle before ending the call. Hopefully it works out quickly? He muttered quietly, his mind racing to find a new approach. The next day, Yin was called into the CEO's office, and here she was now, sitting anxiously, waiting to hear what Jungkook had to say. Panda girl. Sir, please stop. I beg you. Don't fire me. Yin exclaimed quickly, looking at him with hope. She was sure Jungkook had called her into his office to discuss her status with the company. I wouldn't discriminate like that. Well, I'm sure all this time you've just been joking, right? Yin quickly retorted with a forced laugh before Jungkook could change his words. She had to lock in her boss's statement as soon as possible. Jungkook muttered briefly, holding back a smile as he watched Yin, visibly relieved. Thank you so much, sir. Are you that happy not to be fired? Of course. Who would be happy about getting fired? Well then, if you'll excuse me, sir. He simply nodded his head briefly as Yin started to rise from her seat and began to leave. Finally, I'm not getting married now. Yin murmured with a bright smile, unaware that Jungkook could still hear her. Jungkook watched her departure with a faint smile until the door to his office closed once again. Not getting married, she said. He sighed softly as he leaned back, his mind now wandering in various things. So, glad you didn't get fired? How did you know I didn't get fired? Everyone knows. It's written all over your face. And it's not like the boss would discriminate against his employees. Rose said with a gleaming face. It's clear that Rose is one of Jungkook's admirers. Well, it's good in a way, even though his joke about firing me was stressing me out. Yin added with a forced smile. The last sentence was only said in her mind. So, you failed to be set up for marriage? Of course. Mom, I didn't get fired, so why are we doing this? Yin's mother had suddenly invited her to meet a friend's son on this Sunday. Her friend was visiting their house. It's just an introduction, no matchmaking. Yin scoffed, still not believing what her mother said. Sit at table number 10 and we'll sit over there, she whispered, pointing to a table nearby. So, you're going to watch me eat? Yin thought she would just sit quietly and occasionally answer questions from the two mothers. But now, she had to go on a supervised date. This was utterly ridiculous. Sorry I'm late, a man said, sitting down in front of Yin. Instantly, Yin wanted to yell at him. Imagine, he was almost 45 minutes late. Don't you know, Mr. Jungkook? Yin exclaimed in shock. She had been looking at her phone and when she looked up, she saw her infuriating boss. Hi. Wait a minute, she mumbled, rubbing her eyes to focus. It really was Jungkook sitting in front of her. What are you doing here? Meeting you. Oh, and we can talk casually. This is outside the office. Yin was determined to interrogate her mother later. How could her boss be the son of her mother's friend? This was so embarrassing. So, you're the one my mother mentioned? The daughter of her friend who's still single. He added, leaning forward and emphasizing the last word, then smiling teasingly at her. You're single too. Don't mock me. Who said I'm single? The fact that you're here proves it. I'm here because my mother asked me to come. That means you're single. Is that a bad thing? I'm just trying to make my mother happy. Why not? If there's a chance. Whatever you say, sir. So, do you want to lose your single status? What? The fact that you're here means you want to lose your single status, right? What do you mean? We're being set up. You didn't know? Yin had guessed her mother would try to set her up, but she never imagined it would be with her boss. What kind of coincidence was this? Panda girl. Jungkook pulled a photo from his pocket and placed it on the table. So, this is why you call me Panda? Yin asked in disbelief, looking at a college photo of herself. Of all the photos, her mother had chosen that one to give to her potential suitor. It was a picture from a family trip to the zoo, where Yin posed with a panda. That's the photo I got from your mother. So, you knew about this plan for a while? About a month or so. Oh, my gosh. Yin was at a loss for words. This had gone too far. So you, don't tell me you acquired the company because of this. Of course not. The previous owner is a friend of my father's. He offered the company and my father accepted. Yin could only laugh awkwardly, feeling embarrassed by her previous thought. Luckily, Jungkook didn't dwell on it. So, what? I accept this arrangement. Are you kidding? I'm serious. Jungkook answered, his tone showing no hint of a joke. Yin, now you're using my name. Will you accept this arrangement? If I think about it, there's no point in protesting, so I'll accept it. Good girl.